cuarto, tienen moña, tienen feria y mentira que al final ellos tan a otro nivel.
Yo, what up, guys? It's Gabby from Team Death Note TDN back at it again, and today we are coming with you with a different type of sauce. We have that green sauce, that wasakaka. Now, this green pilaf, I've seen like 2 deck profiles out there about green pilaf. I don't really like the way how they have it built. I've been having a pretty good while messing around with this leader. Ever since I saw the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the 5 drop, I was like, oh man, yeah, I just gotta make this deck work somehow. And I actually found a way how to make the deck work. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna be like a top tier deck, but the deck does work. And between what you see inside of this build and between the side deck, it would be pretty much to counter Shenron, except if your opponent's playing like Shenron Bull, then yeah, you know, you just die in turn 3 if he has the setup. If he doesn't, then yeah. So okay, so let's go on with this deck. Pilaf on his front side, you have the effect, it's an auto. Once per turn, when one of your battle cards attack, you can give it plus 5,000 and you can make it search your deck or life for a Dragon Ball added to your hand. And then he has the wish that if there are 7 Dragon Balls in your drop area, you can choose up to 1 desire card in your drop area added to your hand, and then you flip this card over. He becomes Tiny Warrior Son Goku, because in GT, that's what he actually wishes for Goku to be back when he was little or younger or whatever they say. Activate main once per turn, you get to choose one, either draw 1 card, you choose 1 green or black desire card from your hand with energy cost less than or equal to your current energy, and you can activate his main skill for free. Or, you know, remove 7 Dragon Ball cards in your drop area from the game. If you do so, choose up to 1 card from your opponent's hand and battle cards and place them in their owner's drop area. And this card gets plus 15,000 power for the duration of turn. And then at the end of the turn, you get to flip this card over. Now, let me show you how I actually got to build this deck. We are going to be running 4 Twin Onslaught Super Saiyan 4 Son Goku. Now, he is pretty much the bread and butter of the deck. He is the star. This dude here, once he hits the field or the play area, you have the opportunity to do Birth 5, which is discard 5 cards from the top of your deck into the drop area. He wipes your opponent's field except for cards that have barrier. So he goes out there, he just blows up your entire opponent's field if you Birth 5. If the cards have barrier, then the continuation of his effect actually kicks in, which is if there's any cards left over on your opponent's side of the field, you can negate all the skills of their cards, ignoring barrier. So if they have like Deadly Defenders or any type of funny barrier blockers, they will lose their barrier effect and they will lose their blocker effect. So if you get to summon 2 of these dudes on the same turn, you get to pop everything, then negate their skill, and then call out the second one, and then really remove everything. So he gets to remove everything. And then on top of that, the dude has to deflect, so you can't stop him from doing that. And then he gains dual attack when you have the Birth 5. So he'll be swinging 2 times for 25k double strike and removing the field. I really think that this is a very, very strong card, and that's why I actually started building this deck. Now, 3 Spirited Search Super Saiyan Trunks. 3, not 4, because I really think 4 is too cloggy. You want to see him early game. You want to see him late game as well, because he gets your desire cards. If you have 5 cards or more life, when you play this card into the battle area, you get to search your deck for up to 2 Dragon Balls and put them into the drop area. Then if your life is at 4 or less, he has a activate main once per turn, so every turn. You get to choose 1 black or green desire card from your drop area and add it to your hand. So the guy's actually very good. 1 Spirited Search Pan. Because let's face it, sometimes you're looking for this dude and he might be inside the deck. So what you do is that you have your Pilaf out there, you swing with the Pilaf, combo for 5k, this is on your turn 2, she hits the drop area, then you tap 2, you do Child's Wish, bring her back to the field, then you get to swing with her. Pilaf's going to give her 5,000, so she'll be 15k, get a Dragon Ball to your hand, use the Dragon Ball, draw a card, activate her effect, put into the drop area, search your deck for the Trunks, call him out, then he gets 2 Dragon Balls and put it to the drop area as well. So that's actually the combo for turn 2. And if you didn't have this one, then you just go along with him. Then for the last of the green cards will be 4 super combos, and it will be the Breath 5 Vegeta. Why not Vegeta? You know, since Goku's all around this deck, let's just have a little bit of Vegeta in it. And that would be all the cards for green that we are actually running, except for other decks that I saw that they was running like a heavily amount of green. And I've always thought, you know, that's like a no. You know, don't do it. 2 Gogetas now for blue. Just because Gogeta gets to put your opponent's hand back into the deck, shuffle, and redraw 3. So he can go for a really good finisher. Especially if your opponent has a couple of blockers or deadly defenders. And you do this on the same turn. And let's say that he doesn't redraw into a negate. It's pretty much game over. You go into Goku first, wipe their field, and then negate their effects. Then you go into Gogeta and you just wipe their hand and make them draw 3. So now no deadly defenders are stopping you, no blockers are stopping you. If they did not get a negate and they had 3 life, you just swing with the Gogeta and you just combo out and you win. Or if they're 2 life or less, you just swing with him and you just try to go in for the kill. So I think that that's actually very good. 2 ultimate Spirit Bombs on Goku as well. Now let me show you why I'm running this card in this deck. Now this card is actually very, very crazy. He has EX Evolve for 1, but we're not using him for EX Evolve. He will be played out with wow, what's the name of that card? I'm very sorry. With World Peace. So he's a 25k attacker. He has double strike, but he's mainly here for this. Permanent. Your opponent cannot activate counter against this card attack. That means Mafuba cannot work, and Raised Gohan cannot work. No type of negates, Pilaf, nothing. Your opponent cannot stop this card with any counters, with any type of negates. So this is actually crazy. Unless, you know, they like bloodlust them when you tear them on the field, you know, but that's something different. So this is another one. If your opponent is tapped out thinking that they're gonna use like Zeno button or one of those crazy little negates where they yank a life untap 2 and they're at 2 life and you just finish doing this dude to remove all the effects and you go into the Spirit Bomb Son Goku, you just win, because on top of that you could combo with up to 5 cards in your life, in your energy area just for free with this dude. So he'll be swinging for some numbers. Then another one that you can do, if they don't have any blockers but they have a large hand, you go into Gogeta first and put their hand down to 3. Then you go into a Spirit Bomb on Goku and you just swing for game again. So these 3 cards right here, they're actually a very, very, very crazy combination of how to end your opponent. And this is why I'm running the deck the way I am. So 2 and 2, we are going to be running 4 objections just to ramp, because you need to see some type of ramp. 4 Sensu Beans. I'm kind of iffy about this card. Lots of times I don't even use it. So if you want to use it, you can. I mean, for the push, you will be able to actually activate this, because you could do World Peace 3 times. Your World Peace, go into the Goku for free. Then you'll tap 4, go into somebody else. You can swing, do a couple of Sensu Beans, and then tap 4 and do World Peace again to call out another high drop. Then you can. But lots of times I don't even use that. 2 Mafubas to stop any type of little funny things, and 2 Whis Corrosion. And this will be the end for the package of blue, because you need some type of negates, because you don't know what type of deck you're actually going up against, especially if you're playing against like these little storm decks that they try to aggro you. Then, you know, that's when Sensu Bean comes in really in clutch. 2 Crisis Crushers Son Goku, because like I said, all these little 1-drops, these little people that be swinging for crits and double strikes like Kabas, he just stops the whole type of little gameplay. 2 Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan, just because in the matchup against a Shenron deck or against another Wish Leader deck, every time your opponent calls out a battle card 15k or less with like Child's Wish or Save the Day, what's it called? World Peace, I'm sorry, or like any type of negates that hit the field, minus Topo, because Topo is 20k, your opponent has to discard 2 cards from hand, and that actually becomes very, very crazy against your opponent, especially if they're running any type of Wish Leader, because their hand will go to crap, and they don't really want that. That's why we're running 2 Dende new to the job as well, because once your opponent ramped, it could be only one time throughout the game. He only did 1 objection or 1 4 size weeks. You can take out Dende, you tap 2, well, once you call him, you get to draw a card, tap 2, and you get to choose one of your opponent's energy and pop it. So with Child's Wish in this deck, you could keep bringing back the Dende. That's why we only running 2, and you just keep popping your opponent's energy, and this way, you know, you have a slightly advantage against your opponent. We are running 7 Dragon Balls. 6 of them are the regular ones. 1 of them is 2-star ball, just because, like I said, against the matchup, your opponent will be having Vegetas out there and stuff like that. So you just bring back the 2-star, tap 1, and pop those Vegetas. You can pop those Dendes. You can pop the Kamis. You can pop any type of little size 2 or less that's very, very annoying, and that's why we're running 3 Dragon Radars as well, just because you could get the Dragon Ball back to your hand whenever you need to pop. So tap 1, get a Dragon Ball, probably get 2, get this one and this one to draw, or you could get a Desire card as well, and then you do 2-star again, you pop somebody, then you start doing Child's Wish onto the field actively, because you could do whatever you want to do. 3 World Peace, because the dude is kind of like a Monster Reborn, let's face it, it's good, and 3 Child's Wish. Now, on this to bring back all the little 3 drop or less 15k, 15k or less from the drop area to the field. Now let's go into the side deck. Really, let me just move this right here. Like I said, you know, this is not going to be like a top tier deck, but the deck actually works. Now, for the side deck, we're going to be running 1 more Ultimate Spirit Bomb on Goku, just in case you want to see him more. 1 Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 3 Son Goku, because let's face it, this dude here is insane, especially with World Peace. An extra Spirited Search Super Saiyan Trunks, because he's good. An extra Pan as well, if you want to see it more frequently. 2 Iron Hammer of Justice Android 16. He stops a lot of people. If your opponent does not run removals and they swing with a little triple striker like those Kid Boos, you just block and you pop them, because the dude has revenge. So that's crazy. 2 Quick Thinking Gold Tanks. If you want to go a little bit more aggressive and start drawing more cards and swing it for crit, you can. 1 Dangerous Journey Bulma, just because, you know, Burst 5 and stuff, you don't want to deck out. So probably you see yourself at less than 5 cards in your deck, probably 4. So you'll do a Dangerous Journey Bulma. You put 3 cards back into the deck, and then you just go ahead and freely do Burst without being scared. The 4th World Peace, of course. 4 Shock and Death Balls, just in case you want to go a little bit more defensive style, or your opponent's playing a little bit more 1-drops, you just start going to Shock and Death Ball. And the last, Whis Corrosion. So yeah, guys, this is my green Pilaf Goku deck, Tiny Warrior Son Goku. And yeah, this got me from Team Death Note, and peace out, my dude.
Que lo que es fortuna